Greetings, welcome back to my channel. This is Stasia Bliss, where we talk about Kundalini awakenings, life force management, and all things about life force energy. I'm somewhere here in Iowa at some state park, and you can see there's a little reservoir of water up there. Nice little quiet spot, nobody's here. Had a little bite before we're back on the road again. And I was just pondering, and I wanted to share this today with you, that sometimes things go a certain way in life because God or the universe or your life force has an even bigger picture for you, an even bigger mission, or you're thinking too small, right? You're thinking too small. So as we grow in our awareness of our life, of our embodiment on this planet, of our connectedness to each other, and the responsibility, the shared responsibility, and also shared joy potential that exists on this planet. When we interact and we really see what the earth has to offer, what really is here for us to enjoy, it starts to open our dharma, if you will. The karmic stuff burns off. That's the hard stuff. The Kundalini awakening is burning out karma, and that's the hard stuff. That's the stuff that we have to learn to love about ourselves anyway, and integrate the pains that have gone on and learn to see the good and the bad. But then we start to come to a place where the dharma is opening before us, our life path, our life mission. And we begin to catch glimpses, of course, throughout our lives that are little pieces of the puzzle. And as we look back at the things that we have integrated or that we have gone through that have been difficult, we see that those things too are a piece of the bigger picture that's being shown you in your life. And the difficult moments, the challenges, the chakra awakening, mind-blowing, get rid of the old paradigm, up-level my thinking moments. It's like, did you ever play with a Rubik's Cube when you were young? I'm terrible now at getting those back together, but there was a time that I could start to see it and move the Rubik's Cube back into matching all the sides solid colors, right? But it's kind of like sometimes life gets given to you that way, and then all the things that happen like messes up the Rubik's Cube, and there's like colored dots mixed in everywhere, and it's random, and it feels impossible to order. Maybe this is a funny example, but it just popped into my mind. And somehow the mind and the experiences and the way that we go through life, and the universe offers us situations and people and experiences, it's like an opportunity comes where we can get a piece of that and move one of the sides to a solid color, or get partway there, right? We start to put the pieces together. And of course, those opportunities are constantly happening, but depending on the frequency that we're at, we may or may not see them. An experience might present itself, but you're just, caught up in another thing, or you're thinking about something else and you're not in the moment. And so that experience passes you by. And it's easy to have regrets sometimes about those things, but it's just part of the learning process. It's just like when you're waiting for a subway and you accidentally missed it. Like another one's gonna come. You just have to be patient and be ready this time, with your ticket and in front of the place where it's gonna open, and your frequency has to match the subway so that you can get on and you can go on that ride or the bus or whatever. Life experiences show up like that. They show up, and they're the bus could be open, but you're in the park having lunch, you're not gonna get on there. And that lunch might be valuable. You might need to be in that place doing that other thing. But eventually you're gonna get on the bus, and eventually you're gonna get to the next place on your journey. And I love this about road trips for me. It just starts to put so many pieces together, because I'm literally going through the process of going to the next place, right? And packing up and leaving stuff behind. It's a great metaphor for the life growth experience. For the evolutionary experience. I'm not even carrying everything in the car that I had when I left the house. There's some things that have been left behind. And whether that's accidental or that's on purpose, we just find sometimes that there's things that we don't need. And then there's also things I've picked up along the way, and some of which I will discard when their use has run out, you know, like a box of tissue, when it's empty, I'm going to throw it away. And then there's some things that I've gained that I will carry for a while, like this tripod that I'm using because I forgot my other one, which is broken at home. So this is a great way of realizing how life is constantly showing up for us, showing up with experiences that some will take with us and will bring forward and we'll make something out of them, like I'm making this video, or some we will take and part of it we will leave behind because that doesn't serve us anymore. Some of it will be emotional and it will bring up stuff and we'll have to sit with it and process it and figure out why we had to have that experience. You know, I had a few experiences over the last few days that really like kind of got me riled up inside. And I'm not going to go into it in this video. Maybe I will in some video sometime, but it got me riled up to the point where I had to ask myself, what is the purpose behind this feeling that I'm having? Like, what is this feeling motivating me to do? What is it bringing up in me? And this is the integration process, the shadow work that I teach and that you know, is super effective in helping us go to the next level, is like really getting into that feeling and being like, why did I feel this way? Like, is this coming up for me? Like, what can I get out of it? What is it pushing me toward? What is it causing my mental field to do? Am I shrinking and am I becoming more one-pointed? That can be beneficial. I'm focusing my energy more like, no, none of that. I'm going to go this way. Or is it blowing me open? Is it giving me a new vision? Is it being like, whoa, mind blown. Now I see what is possible, but now I also see what else could be possible. Do you follow? Like sometimes an experience is contracting. It causes you to be one-pointed. Maybe it's a relationship stuff and you guys went through stuff and it really like scared that, oh my gosh, we might leave each other, but no, now we're even more committed. So an experience can commit you on a deeper level to something that maybe you were being like, you know, more just like passive and yeah, I'm going with the flow before. Or, you know, taking the example of a relationship again, something can happen that just blows up the relationship in a good or bad way. Like, and that's subjective, but it could be this relationship's over, we blow it up. Or it could be this relationship has just transformed and gone to a new level. Well, where now we see this relationship is also a business, or this relationship is, you know, gonna have a family, or this relationship, you know, like this relationship is moving to a new place. Like it can blow up in that way too. Maybe the fight was about the house being messy and you realize you didn't want to live there and now you want to live at the beach, and like that difficult experience blew up into something beautiful and big. And also a breakup can end up being beautiful too, if you know, you see that it's taking you to another place. So to bring this back around, you know, like looking at the experiences that are happening in our lives right now today that are leading us toward our dharma. Like it's such an exciting adventure. Where will your life lead you today? I leave you with that as I head back on the road. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I love you and namaste.